Hello, this is CAT Review, and for this video, let us discuss or let us solve 10 random math problems. Let us start off with this problem. Solve for x, and we have an equation. Copying ko muna equation. We have square root of x, rather square root of x plus 6, and then plus square root of x equals 4. Ano ang solution? When we say solution, yung value ng x. Ngayon, kung wala tayong choices, kailangan nyo isolve yan. And paano nyo masasolve yan? Square nyo both sides. So kapag in-square nyo to, yan, pati to. Tapos ito ngayon, square of binomial yan, magiging trinomial yan dito. Tapos mag-solve kayo, medyo mahaba yan. Pero dahil ito ay college entrance exam, meron tayong choices. We don't need to do this. Okay? We can take advantage the fact na meron tayong choices. So instead, ang gagawin natin ay trial and error. Mag-try tayo ng mga choices, ipa-plug natin yung value as the value of x. Ngayon, kung tama yung equation, then that's the answer. For example, option B is 100. Ngayon, try natin. If x is equal to 100, is actually the solution. Substitute natin sa values ng x. Therefore, we have square root of x plus 6, so 100 plus 6, and then plus square root of x, and x, we assume 100, equals 4. Now, 100 plus 6 is 106. Plus square root of 100 is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Equals 4. Ngayon, may problema tayo dito. 106 is not a perfect square. Hindi sakto yung square root niyan. So at this point, dapat aralin nyo yung mga perfect squares. Dapat memorize nyo yan. For example, i-recite ko sa inyo, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 is a perfect square. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 is a perfect square. Tapos, 4 times 4, 16. 5 times 5, 25. 6 times 6, 36. 7 times 7, 49. 8 times 8, 64, and so on. Okay, so dapat alam nyo yon. Kasi, kapag memorize nyo, you know that 106 is not a perfect square. At dahil hindi yan perfect square, malamang sa malamang butal yan. Kapag sinimplify nyo yan, 10 point something yan. And kapag nag-add kayo, 10 point something plus 10, that's not equal to 4. So, imposible na yan. Ibig sabihin, mali na tong solution na to. So, x is equal to 100 is not a solution. Ngayon, move forward tayo sa ibang options. Ano pa meron? For example, try natin yung option D. Try natin yung, try x is equal to 25 over 16. Substitute natin yan dito. Okay. So, square root of x plus 6, 25 over 16. Habaan ko lang to. Yan. Plus 6. And then plus square root of x is 25 over 16, equals 4. Equal ba yan? Or sakto ba yan? Check natin. Ito, 25 over 16 plus 6. Itong 6, dapat gawin natin siyang fraction na mayroong denominator na 16. Okay? Bakit? Kasi gusto natin mayroon tayong same denominator dito para mapag-add natin yung numerator. That's addition of fraction concept. So, square root of 25 over 16 plus, ngayon, para magkaroon tayo ng denominator na 16, we must multiply 16 here times 6. And 16 times 6 is 96. Double check nyo. 96 divided by 16 is 6. Okay, plus, and then square root of 25 over 16 equals 4. Ngayon, mag-add tayo ng fractions. Madali na to kasi same naman yung denominators. Square root of, copy the denominator, 16. 25 plus 96 is 121. Okay? And then plus, copy, square root of 25 over 16 equals 4. Express natin bawat digits dito or bawat values as squares. 121 is 11 squared, while 16 is 4 squared. Plus square root of 25 is 5 squared. Lahat to perfect squares eh. Over 16, which is also 4 squared, equals 4. Ngayon, dahil naka-squares na yan, madali na makuha yung square root. So, kunin mo lang yung mga square roots. So, ito, 11 squared, the square root is 11. 4 squared, the square root is 4. So, that's 11 over 4 plus 5 over 4 equals 4. Check natin. 11 plus 5, add na lang natin yung numerators kasi same naman yung denominators. 11 plus 5 is 16. So 16, and then copy the denominator kasi same nga, 4 equals 4. And finally, 16 divided by 4 is actually equal to 4. Therefore, 4 is equal to 4, which tells us that this is the solution. Ito yung ating value of x, which is option D. Next problem. Find the length of the diagonal AC in the rectangular solid shown. Dimensions are in feet. Okay, so meron tayong rectangular box na merong height na 2 units or rather 2 feet. Tapos yung length ay D. Tapos yung width ay 5. Okay, so hindi natin kailangan yan kasi meron tayong formula. So for a space diagonal, let me write space T, space diagonal. The formula is the square root of the length squared plus the width squared plus the height squared. Okay, sulat natin yung mga given natin. Ang given na length ay let's say T, tapos yung width ay 5, tapos yung height is 2. Okay? Substitute lang natin yan dito. Therefore, D is equal to the square root of L squared. L is D, so D squared. Plus width squared, width is 5. Plus H squared, H is 2. Okay, so 2 squared. Proceed tayo. D squared, sulat na natin, D squared, and then 5 squared is 25. While 2 squared is 4. Tapos pag-plus lang natin, we have square root of D squared, and then 25 plus 4 is 29. So plus 29. Or pwede nyo pagpalitin ng positions yan. Square root of 29 plus D squared. Okay lang yan. So this is the measure of our D. Therefore, the answer is option C. Next problem. Use similar triangles to find x. Okay, so meron tayong diagram na given dito. Meron tayong a pair of similar triangles. Okay, so itong maliit na right triangle dito, yan. That's the first triangle. Tapos yung other triangle, itong kabuuan. Yan. So, kailangan alam niyo yung concept ng similar triangles. Okay? When we say similar triangles, okay, I'm gonna write similar triangles. The concept is this. The ratios of corresponding sides are equal. That's it. Ngayon, sabi, itong triangle na to, similar siya sa malaking triangle. Okay? It means pag kumuha tayo ng ratio, again, when we say ratio, it means division. Nag-divide lang tayo. Okay? So, for example, focus tayo sa maliit na triangle na yan. Kunin natin yung ratio ng side na to over to this side. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, the ratio of x over 3 for the smaller triangle. Okay? So, x over 3. Ang sabi, the ratios of corresponding sides of similar triangles are equal. So, equal yan kay the ratio of the same corresponding sides of the larger triangle. Ito naman, 5 over 9. Okay, ulitin ko yung una, x over 3 equal yon kay 5 over 9. Kasi, yung similar triangles, hindi sila, don't get mistaken. When we say similar triangles, hindi ibig sabihin same size. because same size means congruence. Okay? Iba ang congruence sa similarities. Alright, so 5/9. And then we have to solve for x. Madali na yan. Paano? Get rid of the denominator. Multiply both sides by 3. Okay, cancelled out yan. Therefore, x is equal to 5 times 3 is 15 over 9. Tapos divide natin sa GCF na 3. Therefore, x is equal to 15 divided by 3 is 5. 9 divided by 3 is 3. X is equal to 5/3. Or, ito, improper fraction yan. Convert natin to into mixed. 5 divided by 3. So, meron lang tayong isang 3 within a 5 counting units. So, 1 and then may remainder na 2. Diba? So, 1 and 2/3 feet. Ito na ngayon yung ating sagot. The answer is option D. Next problem. What is the radian measure of the angle formed by the hands of the clock at 2 p.m.? Okay, so dinrawing ko na yung diagram. Ito yung ating, for example, wall clock. And the time specified in the problem is 2 p.m. Actually, hindi naman importante yung PM or AM dito. Basta ang sabi ay 2. So, the shorter hand of the clock is pointing towards the value 2. Tapos yung minute hand naman sa may 12. And ang tanong, ano nga ba yung tanong? What is the radian measure of the angle? Ito, yung angle sa pagitan ng hands ng clock. Okay. So, a full circle is 360 degrees. Right? Ngayon, dahil 360 degrees siya, meron tayong 12 hours dito. Okay? Therefore, we can say that the amount of degrees sa pagitan ng bawat digits, we must divide this by 12. Okay? So, if we divide a full 360 degrees by 12, because meron tayong 12 hours, this is equal to 30. So, 30 degrees per hour. Sa pagitan ng bawat digits, 30 degrees yan. Okay? Ngayon, at 2 p.m., so kukunin natin yung pagitan ng 12 or kukunin natin yung arc measure from 12 to 2. So, that's 2 hours. Ngayon, multiply natin. 2 hours times 30 degrees per hour. Of course, cancel out na yung unit na to. And then 2 times 30 degrees is 60 degrees. And then the last step is converting this into the radian measure. Kasi ito ay degrees. And we know the conversion from degrees to radian is, we know that 180 degrees is equal to pi radian. Okay? So ito, gagawin natin 60 degrees. Ito yung value ng x ha. Okay, ito yung value ng x. So 60 degrees, convert lang natin using this conversion factor. Times pi radian divided by or over 180 degrees. Therefore, x is equal to, ito cancel yung ano dyan, degrees. Tapos 60 divided by 180 is, okay, 60 divided by 60 is 1. 180 divided by 60 is 3. So pi over 3. Pi over 3 radians. So this is the answer, which is option B. Next, which expression is equivalent to the complex fraction given as shown? Okay, so let me copy the given complex fraction. Okay, so dito, kailangan lang natin yung concept ng LCD. Alright. 1 here has a denominator of 1. Okay? Tapos, lista natin lahat ng denominators. Or, i-identify natin. Sa numerator, numerator is also a fraction itself. Ang denominator niya is x plus 2. Dito naman sa may denominator ng entire fraction na to, meron din siyang separate fractions. Tapos ang denominators ay 1 tapos x plus 2. Ngayon, kailangan na natin kunin yung LCD ng tatlong denominators na yan. Ito itong x plus 2, itong x plus 2, saka itong 1. And ang GCF niyan is just the product, x plus 2 times 1, or simply x plus 2. Kaya ang magandang gawin natin, multiply natin to by x plus 2, tapos ito rin, multiply by x plus 2. That's it. Okay? Ngayon, simplify natin. Sa may taas, of course, cancel na to. Yan, saka to. May iwan na lang si x. So, x. And then, over. Sa baba naman, mag-multiply tayo. X plus 2 times 1 is x plus 2. And then minus x plus 2 times this fraction right here. Of course, makakancel to. Yan. Cancel yan, pati to. Therefore, we have simply x. Ngayon, tanggalin natin yung parenthesis. Hindi naman kailangan. Yan. Tapos simplify na lang. We have x over x plus 2 minus x. Notice, x right here and then minus x, cancel out yan. So 0 na yan. Therefore, we have x over 2. And this is the answer, which is option A. Next problem. Find the sum of the series 91 plus 85 plus 79 plus 73 plus so on and so forth and then plus negative 29. Okay, kopyahin ko lang yung ating given na series. We have 91 plus 85 plus 79 plus 73 and then plus dot 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 plus negative 29. Ibig sabihin ng dot 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 na yan, marami pa tayong terms dito. Okay? Marami pa yan. Ngayon, the question is, what is the sum? So, ano ang value kapag pinag-plus natin lahat yan? Madali lang sana kung given tong dot 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 na yan. Kaya lang, marami yan eh. Hindi mo pwedeng hulaan yan. So, dito na papasok yung idea or yung concepts ng arithmetic or geometric sequence. Ngayon, that's the first step. Speaking of arithmetic and geometric, you have to understand or you have to identify whether is this arithmetic or geometric. And madali lang yon. Kailangan nyo lang malaman if may common difference or common ratio. Okay? And it looks like meron silang common difference. 85 minus 91 is negative 6. Right? Tapos 79 minus 85, negative 6 din. 73 minus 79, negative 6 pa din. So we can say that this is an arithmetic sequence with common difference, negative 6. At dahil arithmetic sequence yan, pagpatuloy na natin. The first term, a sub 1, is 91. And then what else? A sub n, or yung last term, is negative 29. Ito ang kailangan natin dito eh. Yan, yung value ng n. Anong value ng n yan? Kasi sabi natin the last term is negative 29. Kaya lang, anong term to? Ano ba yan? Pang 100 term ba yan? Pang 99 ba yan? That's what we're going to find out first. Kailangan natin malaman yung value ng n kasi para makuha yung sum nito, gagamit tayo ng formula. Ang formula is S sub n. This is the partial sum of arithmetic sequence. Is equal to n divided by 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. Yung a sub 1, 91. Tapos yung a sub n, negative 29. Ito na lang ang kulang, kaya kailangan natin malaman yung n. Okay? Ngayon paano? Gagamitin muna natin si nth term ng arithmetic sequence. The nth term, a sub n, is equal to a sub 1 plus parenthesis n minus 1 times the common difference d. Okay, substitute tayo. A sub n is equal to negative 29. Tapos a sub 1 is 91. Plus n minus 1 times the common difference. Ang common difference natin is negative 6. Proceed tayo. Negative 29 is equal to 91. And then negative 6 times n is minus 6n. Tapos negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. Ngayon, transpose natin itong 91 saka 6 sa kabilang side. Change the signs. So we have negative 29 right here. And then minus 91. And then minus 6 equals negative 6n. Negative 29 minus 91 minus 6 is equal to negative 126. Negative 126 equals negative 6n. Tuloy tayo dito. Negative 126 equals negative 6n. Ngayon, divide natin both sides by negative 6 para masolve natin yung value ni n. Therefore, n is equal to negative 126 divided by negative 6 is positive 21. Okay? And the value of n is always positive. Kapag negative ang nakuha nyo rito, might as well may nagawa kayong mali dito. Kasi n is the number of terms. You cannot have a negative number of terms. Ngayon, alam natin ang value ng n, substitute na. Gagamitin na natin to. So, s sub n, 21. N is 21, ha? Okay. So, ibig sabihin yan, the sum of the first 21 terms. So, it means 21, ano pala to? Pang 21 term to. Okay. So, first, second, third, fourth term, tapos pang 21 term pa to. Imaginein mo, hindi mo alam yung in-between niya. Okay. Anyway, proceed tayo dito. The sum of the first 21 terms is equal to n divided by 2, n is 21. Over 2 times a sub 1, the first term is 91, plus a sub n, which is negative 29. Or simply, minus 29 na lang yan. Minus 29. Tapos simplify na lang. 21 over 2 times 91 minus 29 is 31. No, sorry, 62. 62. And then 62 divided by 2, ayan, cancel mo na lang yung dalawa na yan. 62 divided by 2 is 31. So 31 to 1 yan. And lastly, 21 times 31 is, so S21 is equal to, 21 times 31 is 651. The answer is option C. Next problem. Find the coordinates of the vertex of the following quadratic function. Let me copy the function. F of x is equal to negative x squared minus 4x minus 3. This quadratic function is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Standard form. Yung value ng a natin is negative 1. Okay, sulat natin a is negative 1. Tapos yung b is negative 4. Kailangan natin yung values ni a sa ni b. Kasi kapag kukunin nyo yung vertex point ng quadratic function in standard form, ito yung coordinates niya. Yung x coordinate or yung h is negative b over 2a. Tapos yung y coordinate naman is just the value kapag pinilog in mo to sa function. F of negative b. So instead of x, ito, negative b over 2a. So una hanapin natin yung x coordinate ng vertex or yung h. Okay? So negative b over 2a is equal to negative b, ang b natin is negative 4. Over 2 times a is negative 1. Simplify. Negative times negative 4, positive 4. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And negative 4, rather 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. So ito yung x coordinate ng vertex natin. Ngayon, para malaman yung value ng y naman, we must find this value, f of negative b over 2a. Or simply, yung x dito, sa function natin, palitan natin ito, negative b over 2a. Ngayon, nakuha mo na yung value nito eh. Negative 2 nga daw siya. So, salpak mo na lang itong negative 2 dito sa mga x. Okay? So, f of negative 2 is equal to negative x squared. Ang x nga natin ay negative 2 minus 4x. X is negative 2 and then minus 3. Simplify. Negative and then negative 2 squared is positive 4. So negative parenthesis 4 and then negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And then minus 3. So we have negative 4 plus 8 minus 3. Simplify natin. Therefore, f of negative 2 is equal to negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7. And negative 7 plus 8 is positive 1. Ngayon, meron na tayong value ng negative b over 2a, which is negative 2. Tapos ito rin, ang value niya ay ito, positive 1. So the vertex point has the following coordinates. Negative 2 and then 1. The answer is option A. Next problem. Find the center and radius of the circle with general equation form x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y minus 36 equals 0. Alright, so meron tayong given dito na equation of a circle, kaya lang naka-general form. Para malaman natin yung center and yung radius, we have to convert the following equation into its standard form. So ang standard form of a circle is the following. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Yung center ng circle, meron siyang coordinates na h and k. Tapos yung radius length is obviously r, is the radius length. Now, the given equation of our circle is in general form, which is, I'm going to write x squared plus y squared and then minus 6x plus 4y minus 36 equals 0. So ito, itatransform natin siya into this one para ma-identify natin yung center sa yung radius. Paano? We have to apply the completing the square concept. Okay, so completing the square, we will recall. First, let's combine or let's write accordingly sa kanilang variables. Pagsamahin natin or pagtabihin natin yung mga terms, the same variables. For example, x squared minus 6x right here. So x squared minus 6x inside the parentheses. Tapos leave some space and then close parentheses. And then plus, same thing for the y. Y squared and 4y. Y squared plus 4y. Tapos leave some space, close parentheses. Equals, tapos itong negative 36, transpose sa kabila, magiging positive 36. Okay. For completing the square, we will complete this square and we will complete this square. What do I mean? Kailangan maging perfect square trinomial to, pati to. Recall nyo yung perfect square trinomial. Meron siyang form na a squared plus minus 2ab and then plus b squared. Kailangan natin to maging ganito kasi kapag perfect square trinomial, we can express this as a factored form of a plus or minus b squared. At kapag naging ganito na siya, kamukha niya na to, yung x minus h squared saka y minus k squared. Yan ang goal natin. Okay? Ngayon, the problem is how to make this a perfect square trinomial. Doon na papasok yung completing the square. And completing the square, we just have to add the term b over 2 squared. Diba, nasa form to ng x squared plus bx. Ito rin, y squared plus by. Ngayon, yung b dito sa may x is negative 6. So kung sa-substitute natin, b is negative 6 over 2 squared. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And negative 3 squared is equal to positive 9. So mag-add tayo ng 9 dito. Ngayon, mag-add din tayo ng 9 dito sa kabila. Siyempre, para preserving equation natin. At ngayong nakapag-add na tayo ng 9, it means perfect square trinomial na to. Okay? Ngayon, ganun din dito sa may y. The value of b here is 4. Ngayon, kung i-apply natin to, b over 2, so b is 4 over 2 and then squared. 4 over 2 is 2 and 2 squared is equal to 4. So mag-add tayo ng 4 dito. And also this one. Add ng 4. Ngayon, perfect square trinomial na rin yan. So para makita yung perfect square trinomial to, for example, i-rewrite ko to. Like, this can be expressed as x squared. Tapos minus 6x can be expressed as minus 2 times x times 3 plus, and then 9 is 3 squared. Okay? Tapos ito rin. Rewrite ko rin as y squared plus itong 4y, that's 2 times y times 2, and then plus 4 is 2 squared. Bakit natin ginanto? Para mapakita natin na nasa form to ng a squared plus or minus 2ab plus b squared. Okay? Tuloy ko lang to. 36 plus 9 is 45. 45 plus 4 is 49. Okay, so balik tayo dito. Ito, nasa form na siya ng a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Diba? Yung a natin is x. Yan. Tapos yung b natin is 3. Kung susundan natin to, dito siya equivalent eh. Ito, perfect square trinomial. We have a is x, and then plus or minus, this, in this case, minus, kasi minus 2 eh. So minus b, our b is 3. X minus 3 squared. Okay? Tapos plus, dito rin, perfect square trinomial din yan. This is in the form of a squared, but this time plus 2ab plus b squared. A is y, b is 2. Tapos ang factored form nito, ayan, a plus, kasi plus 2 eh, b squared. Sundan natin. A is y, and then plus b is 2 squared equals 49. 49 is 7 squared. Perfect square yan. Okay? Ngayon, rewrite pa natin. X minus 3 squared plus, ito, instead of y plus 2, gagawin kong y minus negative 2. And then squared equals 7 squared. Bakit? Kasi, kung titignan nyo sa ating standard form ng circle, meron tayong minus, minus. So, dapat minus to, minus din yan. Okay? So, therefore, ito yung h, ito yung k, tapos ito yung radius. We can say now that the center of our circle has the following coordinates. H is 3, k is negative 2. So, 3, negative 2. Tapos, yung radius natin is 7. 7 units. The answer is option C. Next problem. The terminal side of an angle theta in standard position passes through the point 4, 3. Find sine theta. Okay, before I explain, let me draw first a sample coordinate system. So let's say this is our y-axis, tapos ito naman yung x-axis. Okay, ang sabi, meron tayong angle in standard position. When we say angle in standard position, yung initial side ng angle ay yung positive x-axis. So alam naman natin, pag angle, for example, ganyan, may initial side yan, tapos may terminal side yan. Tapos ito yung angle. Yan. So ang initial side ng angle natin, dahil sabi, standard position, ito, yung x-axis. Yan. Tapos ang sabi, yung terminal side, may terminal side tayo. For example, yan. Nagpa-pass through do yan sa point na 4, 3. Let's say ito. Ang coordinates ay 4, 3. Tapos ito ngayon yung angle theta. Yan. The question is, find the value of sine theta. Okay, ganito. Alam natin na meron tayong coordinates. Tapos ito ay x. Ito ay y. So ibig sabihin yan, mag-draw ako ng auxiliary lines. Dito. Ito ay 4 units. Kasi x. X is 4 units. Horizontal. Tapos yung y naman, 3 units, sabi. So 3 to. Ngayon, kailangan natin malaman yung value nito. So this is a right triangle right here. Gagamit tayo ng Pythagorean theorem. Assume natin na yung length nito ay let's say h. Okay, apply tayo ng Pythagorean theorem. The sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the longest side or the hypotenuse. So, applying Pythagorean theorem, we can say that 3 squared, okay, PT stands for Pythagorean theorem. Alright, so 3 squared plus 4 squared, the sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse, h squared. 3 squared is 9, while 4 squared is 16, equals h squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, equals h squared. Take natin yung square root ng both sides. Tapos kunin lang natin yung positive result. Kasi we're talking about distance or length. Therefore, h is equal to 5. So, h right here is equal to 5. Ngayon, ang kailangan natin malaman is yung value ng sin theta. Sin theta. Take note, ito yung theta natin. So, a-apply natin dito yung SOHCAHTOA. And specifically, yung sin ratio. So, the sin ratio, if you remember, sin ratio is equal to the ratio of the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Okay? So, ito yung theta natin. Sa perspective ng theta, yung opposite side ay itong 3. So, ito yung opposite dito. Okay, so sin theta is equal to opposite. So, ang opposite ng theta is yung side na may length na 3. Divided by the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is 5. Therefore, the value of sin theta is 3 over 5. The answer is option A. Let's try one more problem. Bob finishes the first half of an exam in 2/3 the time it takes him to finish the second half. If the whole exam takes him an hour, how many minutes does he spend on the first half of the exam? Okay, so tahi-tahiin natin to. Ang sabi, Bob finishes the first half of an exam in 2/3 the time it takes him to finish the second half. So meron tayong first half and second half. So basically, we can divide the exam into 2 parts. First half and second half. And then mag-a-assign tayo ng variable. Let's say T1. Let's say T1 is the first half, okay? Or the time it takes for the first half, okay? Now, T2 is for the second half. Okay? Hindi yan equal kahit na first half, second half to, magkaiba yung time niyan. Ang sabi, Bob finishes the first half in 2/3 time of the second half. So T1, we can say that T1 right here is equal to 2/3 of T2. Okay, so again, yung time na ginugol niya para sa first half is 2/3 daw ng time na ginugol niya para sa second half. That's the idea. So meron na tayong isang equation. Ngayon, ang sabi, if the whole exam takes him an hour, so we can say that the sum of T1 and T2, right here, T1 plus T2 is 1 hour. Okay? Ngayon, meron na tayong dalawang equations. 2 equations, 2 variables. So, solving of system of equations. Ngayon, gagawin natin, itong T1, may value na yan 2/3 daw siya ni T2. So, substitute natin to sa T1 dito. Okay? So, palitan natin. T1 becomes 2/3 of T2 and then plus T2 equals 1. Ngayon, mag-add tayo ng fractions kasi parehas naman tong T sub 2. So, 2/3 of T2 plus, dahil ang coefficient nito ay 1, express natin as 3 over 3. T2. 3 over 3 is equal to 1. Bakit 3 over 3? Kasi yung denominator nito ay 3. Yan. At para mapag-add natin sila as fractions, kailangan same sila ng denominator. 3. Okay? And then equals 1. Proceed tayo dito. Ngayon, mapag-add mo na. Copy na lang yung denominator na 3. Tapos 2 plus 3 is 5. 5/3 T2 is equal to 1. Now, to solve for T2, let's divide both sides by the coefficient 5 over 3. 5 over 3 and then divide this by 5 over 3. Obviously, cancel na to. 5 over 3 over 5 over 3, that's 1. So meron na lang tayong T2 sa left side. Sa right side naman, this becomes 1 and then times the reciprocal of 5 over 3, which is 3 over 5. And then 1 times 3 over 5 is 3 over 5. Ngayon, may value na tayo ni T2. Masasolve natin si T1. Gagamitin natin tong equation na yan. Sabi natin T1 is equal to 2/3 times T2. And ang T2 ay 3 over 5. So times natin 3 over 5. Cancel na tong 3 dito. So T1 is equal to 2 over 5 or 2/5 hour. Take note, naka-hour pa tayo kasi 1 hour to. Okay? Ngayon, i-convert natin yan into minutes. Alright? Para ma-convert yan into minutes, multiply natin. We know that 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. Okay? So, cancel na to. Cancel na yan. 2 times 60 is 120. And 120 divided by 5 is 24. So, we can say that T1 is equal to 24 minutes. So, ito yung sagot. The answer is option